Welcome to RWG Publishing, and a very warm welcome to you, our listener. We're really glad you could join us today. We're about to dive deep into, well, a really practical guide that's helping tons of writers figure things out. The Right Path, A Journey to Publishing Success by Bill Vincent. And it's more than just a book, wouldn't you say? It feels like a proper roadmap for anyone dreaming of seeing their words in print.
Oh, absolutely. And our mission today really is to unpack this thing, to distill Bill Vincent's insights into, actionable advice for you. He calls it a mat shop of options, which I love. It helps authors navigate the sometimes tricky publishing journey, shedding light on key choices and, importantly, their consequences. And it draws on experiences from a whole range of industry pros.
Okay, let's start digging in. Vincent begins by laying a really solid foundation. He introduces these publishing power tools like having your manuscript polished, a strong query letter, maybe a marketing plan roughed out, and alongside that, this golden rule.
Yeah.
Do unto others before you expect them to do unto you, which isn't just politeness, is it? It's about building your career the right way.
Exactly. And what's really striking is how it immediately focuses on the how, not just the what. Your approach, your integrity, that mindset, that sort of positive ethical stance, it sets you up for a sustainable career, doesn't it? Not just a one-shot publication. It's about trust and relationships.
Right. Then the book takes us on this very personal journey, finding your writing voice. It's about connecting with your past, your own experiences, your unique viewpoint, and sharing those insights. The advice is wonderfully simple. Write every day. Own your word choices. Be honest. Let your emotions show. Chris Ebog even mentions, don't try to develop it consciously. Just write honestly, confidently, from your perspective, without worrying what people think.
And that brings up that big question for writers, right? How do you cultivate that voice? The kind that makes Stephen King sound like Stephen King or Maya Angelou. It really boils down to being authentic, I think. Digging deep, letting your genuine feelings, your unique way of seeing things, shape the words. That honesty connects.
Yeah, absolutely. Following that, there's the practical stuff, setting realistic goals.
Yeah.
The book smartly suggests starting small. Achievable steps to build confidence and momentum. It's really a call to commit to writing regularly, whatever that looks like for you, and importantly, to enjoy the whole process, not just fixate on getting published.
And if you look at the bigger picture, that approach really helps prevent burnout, that feeling of dejection when things take longer than you hoped. Success isn't just the book deal. It's learning the craft. It's finishing that story. It's appreciating the life you breathe into each piece. Every word counts.
So once we've got that foundation, how do we actually, write compelling stuff? The book touches on grammar, which is interesting. It suggests, for most English speakers anyway, focus on the ideas first, the message. Save the intense grammar check for editing, as long as the early draft is understandable.
Right. It highlights letting that creative flow happen first. Getting bogged down in rules too early can kill momentum. The writing process itself kind of provides its own grammar practice, doesn't it, in context? Lets your unique style emerge first.
Then there's a really rich section on creating compelling characters. It gives this great list of things to think about. Vivid qualities, internal conflict is huge, engaging arcs, clear motivations, flaws, internal and external traits, and always, always raising the stakes.
Oh, definitely. Characters are the absolute heart of a novel, aren't they? What readers remember. And the emphasis here is on making them fully motivated. Their growth, their impact on others, it has to feel emotionally true. That's what makes them stick with you.
Okay, so building on characters, crafting engaging plots. This is about picking events that work together, sustain interest, create conflict, tension, those disruptive emotions, both in the characters and, crucially, in the reader. It also mentions background, setting, and using smaller stories, subplots to kind of break up the main narrative sometimes.
So what that boils down to for you, the writer, is figuring out the core of your story first. Then you meticulously pick the scenes, the settings that build those emotional links and really echo the main theme and what the characters are going through. Every piece should serve the whole.
Right. Now, onto a part that many writers find a bit daunting, but it's so critical. Editing. Bill Vincent breaks it down clearly. The initial writing, then dedicated editing, tackling common errors, doing thorough self-editing, even spouse editing. Yes, he includes that. And finally, external editing. He really stresses that every single text, manuscript, or even just an article benefits from that close attention to revision.
Yeah, this whole part is about the craft of polishing, making your work as professional as possible. It really drives home that creation doesn't stop with the end. It continues through that careful refinement process, making it ready.
And he offers practical self-editing techniques, like doing multiple passes, focusing on different things each time, plot, character, dialogue, then maybe sentence-level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the best tips, step away. For days, a week, maybe longer. Come back with fresh eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The goal, he says, is to be ruthless. Don't be precious about your words. View it critically, like content.
Hmm. And that raises that tricky question, doesn't it? How do you get past that emotional attachment to your own sentences to see what needs changing? It takes practice, that willingness to let go, rephrase, maybe cut whole sections. It's essential for a professional result, though.
And the final editing step, working with professional editors. The book calls this an absolute necessity. No mincing words there. It quotes someone saying, starting your book with a typo on the first page is like walking into a job interview with gravy down your front. Ouch, but memorable. And while there are different levels, a proper copy edit is positioned as, like, the bare minimum you need.
What's really key here is how Vincent frames it. It's not just an expense, it's an investment in your writing future, an investment that pays off in credibility, reader experience. It's just crucial. Sadly, it's something authors sometimes try to skimp on.
Okay, pausing here for a moment. If this deep dive is getting your wheels turning and you're feeling maybe a bit more ready to chart your own course, you'll definitely want to grab the full guide we're discussing today.
Absolutely. The Right Path, A Journey to Publishing Success by Bill Vincent is just packed with even more detail, more practical steps for every single stage.
And you can find it easily on Amazon. We put a direct link right there in the show notes for you. Just click through. All right, moving on. The book then shifts focus to understanding the actual industry. Vincent talks about your indirect buyer power and uses this publishing pyramid idea. It's quite interesting. Author at the top, then gatekeepers, editors, agents, the publisher who actually has the second most power, he notes, then e-tailers, and finally the reader at the base.
Yeah, that framework really clarifies the power dynamics, doesn't it? Understanding how your influence flows mainly through readers choosing your book helps you navigate things with publishers more effectively. Your readers are your leverage, essentially.
Then it tackles that huge decision, traditional publishing versus self-publishing.
Yeah.
There's a strong warning about vanity presses, which is important. But it also highlights how digital print-on-demand, POD, and ebooks have completely changed the game. They've made self-publishing a genuinely viable, accessible path for so many writers now.
Which brings up that fundamental choice for you, the author. Do you want to rely solely on traditional gatekeepers, hope they pick you, or do you embrace the control, the speed, that direct reader connection that modern self-publishing offers? It's a big strategic decision about your career.
Definitely. And for those aiming traditional, there's clear advice on navigating literary agents and query letters. The essentials: have a finished, polished manuscript first. Do your homework, research agents, their clients, their genres, and approach it professionally, like a business transaction, basically.
Yes, and understanding what an agent really does is vital. It's not just about having contacts. They actively sell your story, they negotiate the best terms, they're your advocate and business partner in that process.
Now, here's something that really jumped out at me. Vincent stresses building your author platform before the book is even done, like writing articles, essays for websites, magazines. Get your name out there. Build a presence so you're not seen as a total newbie when you approach people.
That is such a critical point in today's market. Agents, editors, they often look for that established presence now. It shows commitment, engagement with your field, proof that there might be an audience already waiting. It's playing the long game.
The book then gets practical about utilizing social media and online platforms. The key seems to be providing real value, real help, like the example of the cosplayer sharing painting techniques to build her following, and actively joining genre-specific groups like, for steampunk authors he mentions. Connect where your readers actually are.
So what that really means is genuine interaction, giving value. That helps you understand what people are actually talking about, what they care about in your niche. It connects you directly to potential fans. You learn so much that way.
And for networking and building relationships, I liked the approach here. It champions being genuinely helpful. Helping others just because you can, not as some calculated, I'll buy you lunch, now do something for the transaction.
Yeah, it's this idea of everyone wins by you winning. A kind of consultative approach. Focus on helping others solve their problems. That builds real, lasting relationships. People remember how you helped them genuinely. It's priceless.
Okay, shifting gears to the exciting part. Getting the book out there. Creating buzz. Vincent calls seeking reviews a high-value, low-cost method. Makes sense. And he talks about placing copies, strategically blog tours, genre-specific mailing lists where the buzz will spread effectively.
Which brings up that interesting point, especially for indie authors. How do you make sure there's no real separation between the product and the marketing, making them feel like two sides of the same coin, integrating marketing right from the start?
The book really pushes for developing a marketing plan, even if it's just a basic outline to start. It's a reminder that writing isn't done in a vacuum, right? You need to plan smart, promote with enthusiasm, get people excited to join your book's journey. It mentions Kimiko's workbook, envisioning readers, sharing previews early on to build that audience.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, that kind of pre-planning involving readers early, it doesn't just build hype, it also signals to publishers, hey, there's an audience for this. It reduces their perceived risk, demonstrates market viability.
And when it comes to the actual book launch strategies, the focus is on creating that must-have feeling. Using early access, pre-orders, getting your street team or core followers involved in generating ideas and excitement.
I like the analogy used here. The launch is just sliding the boat into the water. It's not the finish line, it's the start of the next phase. It kind of demystifies it, makes it seem less intimidating, more doable, doesn't it?
Definitely. Now, even post-publication, Vincent is clear. You, the writer, are still key to promotion, even with an agent or publisher. He lists loads of free ways. Your website, interviews, blogs, mailing lists, social media, good old word of mouth, and getting those reviews continues to be critical. He even suggests vlogs, podcasts, internet readings for ebook promotion specifically.
It really hammers home that earlier point. You have to treat this like a business. Your writing is a business, which raises the question for you, the listener. Are you ready for that ongoing self-motivation, that drive, the discipline it takes to keep promoting long-term? It's a marathon.
And a huge part of the business side, understanding royalties and contracts, super important. Vincent details key things to look closely at. Contract length, territory rights like North America versus world rights publication medium, payment structure flat fee, on acceptance, royalties. Also advances, different editions, subsidiary rights like film or translation, warranties, indemnities, even bankruptcy clauses. It's crucial to protect your rights and research the publisher.
It's fascinating how he describes that negotiation dance. Often, the better the terms for the author, the smaller the advance might be, because the publisher is taking on more risk. Understanding those trade-offs is just vital for making informed decisions about your career path and negotiations.
Finally, looking at the long haul, building a sustainable writing career. The advice here is broad but essential. Cultivate diverse interests. Read widely, watch films, go to events, talk to all sorts of people. All that input feeds your creativity, provides richness and depth for your readers, keeps things fresh.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, your content is king or queen. Your ability to produce good work, meet deadlines, adapt your style, keep learning. That's what builds a truly adventurous, sustainable career in writing. It keeps you growing and your readers engaged.
Wow. Okay, this deep dive into the right path has really shown it as, well, an engaging and genuinely empowering journey for writers. It feels less like just a set of instructions and more like a guide that gives you the confidence to take that first brave step, doesn't it?
It really does. And the book reminds us, by daring to put your work out there, you expose your imagination, your deepest thoughts. That act itself forces you to bring your absolute best. The whole process, ups and downs, it strengthens you for whatever comes next creatively, adds a whole new dimension to your writing life. So congratulations for even considering it.
We'll leave you with this lovely sentiment from the book. May your blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow, and may trouble avoid you wherever you go. So, if you're feeling inspired and ready to explore further, remember you can find The Right Path, A Journey to Publishing Success by Bill Vincent on Amazon. The link's waiting for you in our show notes.
And keep thinking about your own unique path, what writing success really looks like for you.
And here's a final thought to ponder this week. What single courageous step will you take in the coming days to move further down your own right path using some of these insights? Thank you so much for listening to the Deep Dive Podcast.